Good morning. Happy Friday. Welcome back to Thoughts from a Dizzy Dude. I'm Adam Tilted. Oh, I'm losing my green screen in the background. I hope you're having a great Friday. Mine is all right so far. It's a little better than yesterday. This photo behind me, do you know what those are? Do ya? I took this photo in Florence, Italy in 2006, maybe. Scott and I were there. He was running a marathon, and I was shopping and drinking coffee. But I saw this display in a store, and it reminded me of the cartoon, the Barbapapas. I used to watch that when I was a kid, but interestingly, they're not very familiar. Most people are not very familiar with them. So I don't know. I was living in Oregon at the time, so maybe that explains it. All right, let's talk about this week. Oh, before I get into this week, I want to let you know that tomorrow is is it international or is it world? It's Astronomy Day for the fall. Tomorrow is Astronomy Day. So if you have good weather, go out and look at the stars. I may or may not be hosting a star party. I haven't decided yet. Depends on how I feel. Speaking of how I feel, let's talk about this week. It's been a difficult week. The depression got me. If you've been following me for a while or you know me, you know that I have been struggling with depression and anxiety for, pretty much all of my adulthood. It started when I was struggling with coming out as gay, and it got to the point where I was so depressed and I felt so useless and helpless that I actually did make a plan to kill myself. I did not go through with the plan. I sought help because I realized that was a problem. But that was a difficult time, and this week wasn't that dark, but I kind of slipped into a darkness that I hadn't been in a while. And I have some valid reasons for feeling upset and unsettled. There's a lot of crazy, whatever you want to call it, going on in the world. And it's easy to feel threatened, isolated. Like you're the only one, It's like I look around and I just wonder, like, what is happening? Where do I fit in this weird world? And it just got to be too much for me this week. Plus, the weather is changing. Allergies are in full bloom here in Houston. It's crazy. I still feel like I've got sand in my eyes. And I had some kind of, I don't know if it was a cold, I don't know, something. I also had something with my stomach. It's just been kind of like one thing after another. And then yesterday, I'm still here. I'm just having some technical problems. Hi. Okay, I'm back. Like I was saying, yesterday was difficult. Like everything stopped working. Even the Soyuz stopped working. So I've been hiding in my little hidey hole this week. And I don't feel really good about it. I mean, I'm not down on myself about it. Good morning, Paula. Thanks for you and Danica joining me. It's good to see you. I hope you're having a great Friday so far. Um, so I've had a lot of triggers this week. On top of that, I haven't been taking very good care of myself. And unfortunately, if you've experienced depression, then you know those things tend to go hand in hand. It's like this vicious cycle that's really hard to break out of. You don't feel like doing anything. So then you don't do anything, and then you feel bad that you didn't do anything. Or you know that walking on the treadmill will make you feel better, but you just don't feel like it. And so then you feel bad that you didn't walk on the treadmill. Yeah, so that's been going out of control in my head this week. Now, as you know, I'm still adjusting to a reduction in my psychiatric meds, and I'm still hanging on to that. I have been talking with my psychiatrist about it, though, because I don't want to... I know that medication is sometimes necessary, okay? At the same time, I don't want to take any medication if I don't need it. So I am still working with my psychiatrist to find that balance. And I'm really lucky that I have a psychiatrist that is not just a pill pusher. He, a psychiatrist, a lot of people get confused between a psychiatrist and a psychologist. A psychiatrist job is to prescribe and monitor medications. Yeah, that's a good point, Danica. I really dropped those meds fast, and that was probably a mistake. If I had it to do over again, I would probably do it at half the speed that I did it before. So I think my body's just still trying to catch up a little bit with the lack of those medicines. The hemp supplement is helping even me out. To achieve homeostasis, balance, that's really what is at the root of all of these problems. Physically, mentally, emotionally, it's all caused by an imbalance of some kind. So I mentioned in my post that I did learn something this week, though. I learned how helpful, and I know this, and you know this, and you're gonna be like, duh, but I have to just do something. Otherwise, I'll get stuck in that hole. The pit, I call it. I guess I'm like a shark. I need to keep moving in order to breathe. And that's hard. Like I said, when I'm depressed, I don't feel like doing anything. So I have to find something that I like to do and then commit to do it and then do it. And even if it's just something silly, just at least I can tell myself I made a promise to myself that I would do this, and I did it. For me, this week, that has been doing these live broadcasts every day. And that has had kind of the bonus benefit is that I do need to kind of be somewhat presentable. So even though I haven't taken a shower yet, I will. I haven't shaved. I can't let this get too far gone if I'm going to come on here and, show myself to the world. I mean, you know what? That's not because of vanity reasons. I am the bedhead dude after all. But at the same time, it gives me a reason. It gives me a reason to not wear my pajamas all day. It gives me a reason to think of something to talk about. It gives me a reason to initiate a connection. And at the same time, I also have to make sure that I am not attached to the outcome of this. Because if nobody watches this, that could potentially make me sad, right? Make me feel more isolated. But so there is that to watch out for, but I'm aware of it, and I've been practicing that kind of detachment from the outcome for a while, and and it's helpful. Let me look at some of these comments. Danica, good point. Physical movement, yes. And I've been paying more attention to my watch when it tells me I gotta, move around. That's good. And yeah, for real. Because some of those days we would just not even bother, right? So yeah, being detached from those outcomes, really important, because if you're not, then you are putting your well-being in the hands of who knows, right? I can't let my image of myself, my self-confidence, my value be determined by you, whether you watch this or not. That has to come from within, and I know that's easier said than done, right? But that's my learning from this week, is that even though it was rough, coming on here, I can say that I did this. I'm on here. I went every day, even yesterday when felt like the universe was against me. I don't know if you caught all that, but it was like a comedy of errors. First off, I started the broadcast and then my internet went out. And so then when it came back on, it was Facebook thought I was still broadcasting, but I wasn't. And I couldn't get it to stop, so I couldn't start a new one. All right, I finally got that sorted out. Then the power went off in the middle of the broadcast. So then I went on my phone, on my personal feed, to just let people know, hey, I'm having some technical issues. The Facebook app crashed on my phone in the middle of that live. So I really was climbing uphill to get that broadcast out yesterday. And if you didn't see it, go watch it. It actually, that broadcast, I was talking about the failure of the Soyuz launch yesterday. But that got a lot of views on, well, a lot for me on YouTube. So, yeah, I hit a nerve there. Anyway, I want to finish out just by saying thank you. A lot of you have been reaching out to me this week, and just small, simple things just to let me know you're there, and I really do appreciate it. I'm getting a little emotional. I can let you know that I'm good. I'm good. In fact, I'm better than I have been in a really, really long time. And in a weird, twisted way, it's making it a little harder for me to fight off the depression. I've been analyzing this. I think part of it is because I feel physically a lot better. And I want to go do things, but there are reasons that I can't. Either I don't have the money for the Uber, or I have some side effect happening that means I need to be at the bathroom, but other than that, I'm like, I want to go socialize with people, and I just haven't been able to. And so I think that recognizing that is key for me. Also looking for ways to remedy that. So I'm hoping that this weekend we can do something fun. What are you doing for fun? What do you do when you get stuck? Do you have any systems in place to help you keep moving forward when you just really don't feel like it? Let me know. I continue to believe that social media, in spite of its potentially poisonous and evil side, has the potential to bring us together, to help us form incredible support networks. So keep that up. I love you, my friends. Have a great Friday. And if I don't see you before then, have a great weekend. All right. Don't forget, tomorrow is Astronomy Day. So do something astronomical. All right. Take care.